91.3 WVST. This is Soul Logistic Radio Show. I'm your host, Doug Evans, the unknown icon. Few people call me Hannibal Smith. Got singer, songwriter, author, producer. I mean, the list goes on. Filmmaker. Steven Russell Hart, man, you got more jobs than I got, man. What's up, fam?
How you doing, brother?
Man, you like a recurring guest on the show, man.
I
I
love it.
appreciate you.
I love it, man.
Man, you keep things going on, man. You got a lot. I'm the problem I'm having is where we start, man. You got the new single out, Heart to Heart, right?
Well, it's not. It's dropping in a month.
In a month. Okay, in
Yeah.
a month it's drop. Okay. All right. So how that come about? Or you got you going independent, major? What's going on with that situation?
I've been independent for a while now, so I'm releasing my own music. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of support from my fans from years ago, so I have a nice fan base that always support my music. So I just release independent.
So tell me what an artist coming out right now, real quick, the pros and cons for independent artists.
Well, you just gotta really know how to market and gotta be ready to promote your stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready to promote it. And that's basically it, man. It's an open market. You know, it's not too many rules about releasing music nowadays. It's just getting it to making it viral, making it available for people, for your
And
fans.
it in this day and age, 2025, people leaving major. So why people well, you really don't need a major record deal right now, right?
Nah, not really. You can pay the same companies they pay to promote the records and stuff, so you really don't need it, you know. And me having such a trusted fan base, it's not really necessary for me because I have people that buy my music just because I release it at this point.
There you go. There you go. Man, you have produced. I mean, we'll be here for days talking about the people you produce, songwriter. I heard Lionel Richie said one time, if somebody beat poop, pa, poop, 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 pa, poop, a songwriter automatically come up with something or he's thinking. Is that true?
Yeah, it's always a download. The relationship with source when it comes to that part of your creativity is something special, man. It's you get downloads like that, man. As a creator, as a writer, it does come like that. You get ideas automatically.
So as a songwriter, when you was a kid, well, people playing football, whatever, you was just thinking about songs. How did that come about?
I was playing football too.
Oh man, you was playing football. You was in the huddle like uh uh 55 go left. You like, man, I'm thinking about it. How that work out?
Nah, just my mother overexposed me to music, so that was my music attachment, coming from my mom. And once I got in like the 11th, well, I got in the group in the ninth grade. While I was playing football, Rodney asked me to be in this group that he had that had won first place on this TV show called Putting on the Hits.
I remember that. Okay.
Yeah. And so from there, I always wanted to sing, be like Michael Jackson. I always dreamed of being big like Prince or somebody. So uh, when he asked me to be in the group, I was automatically down for it. And my songwriting came once I found this guy named Alan McNeil, Al Mack. Once Al got in the group, that's when I started writing songs because I saw him writing songs and I was like, damn, how do you write songs and sing the melody? How do you do that? How you
Yeah.
come just out? So that was really intriguing to me. So that's when I first started writing songs, like about in the 10th grade.
Man. What do you feel about people thinking? I know I'm not with it, just letting you know off the top. Like I guess in the hip hop world, people think as you get a certain age, you should stop rapping or
Uh,
whatever. But artists just always create music, right?
yeah, you get better as you get older. I don't know why. I mean, perfect example is the Isley Brothers, the Whispers. Those are perfect examples of getting better as you get older. The
Right.
Spinners, those guys had hits in their 30s and 40s. You know what I mean? So
Right.
That's just bull crap, man. That's just a way to keep the abuse of young artists going. Because when you're young, you're excited, you got a certain excitability, you don't know a lot, so it's easy to take advantage of young people. But a guy like me that's been in the business all this time, what's the interest in signing somebody like me that's going to really negotiate, that's going to really cross all the t's and dot all the i's? People don't have time for that. They want somebody young and dumb they can throw a few dollars to, and go on with the manipulation.
You know all the tricks of the trade. You know what to look for. You're like, hold up, hold up, hold
So
up,
yeah,
hold up.
I'm not interested. Record company wouldn't be interested in me whether I had a great record or not, just because of my age. And it doesn't matter how good I am or not. It's just the fact that the manipulation is different. You know what I'm saying? The game ain't gonna be played the same with somebody who's got a little seasoning under their belt.
Talk to me about this 60s Babies album, the 60s Babies album. Talk to me about this project.
Um, well, the project started when my mom. I started it when my mom was sick. She was sick with cancer, and I just got this download uh, to do this project that was retro '60s, like Otis Redding, Sam Cooke. It was just a retro record. Um, and it's just me doing soul music that led us to where we are today. Everything's original. I got two remakes on it: Cry Me a River and I Believe in You by Johnny Taylor. But the rest are retro 60s sounding records, like I say, in the vein of Otis Redding and Sam Cooke. And it was just a download, and I went with it. Even though it was before my time, I was able to pull it off. And that's going to be released really soon as well.
That's like back what we talking about. Like uh when you was in the car with your parents and they was playing those records, Aretha Franklin, we didn't look at those records as old school or old records. We just looked at it as great music, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's how it was with me and my mom. Hold on. That's how it was with me and my mother. It was just great music at the time. You know, Sorry about that.
It's
It was
cool.
just great music. You know what I mean? We didn't judge the music like that. If we loved it, we loved it. You know what I'm saying? Music was medicine for me growing up. So, that's just how it was, man. And so that's what I continue to do, is just try to do music that's gonna inspire people to feel good on purpose. Look at the bright side of things, still be
Right.
in love. I'm not following anything that's going on new at all.
Well, you also a filmmaker. You got a movie on Tubi. I mean, good
Yeah,
gracious. I mean, you got a lot going on, brother. What's up? What's the movie about, man? I watched Tubi. I watched Tubi, I mean.
yeah, you got to check out the series. It's called Day Ones, man.
Day ones.
It's about it's about some kids that grew up in South Central, and they struggle on a day to day to make decisions that's going to benefit them. They stick up kids, and one of them has a father who's really, really, really trying to get him to go in the right direction. But he has a hot-headed friend that's just always, he's like a live wire. He's always ready to go. So it's a really, really nice underground street series, man. It's really, really good. All my children are in it. And it turned out to
Wow.
it's my first film that I wrote and directed. So it's pretty cool, man. We got 2 seasons. So it's pretty cool, man. It's on Amazon and Tubi, called Day Ones, man.
We gotta go. We gotta check. I'm gonna check that out today. I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you know how I feel
you
about
gotta
it. I
check
gotta
it out.
check that out today.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I'm proud of it. It was my first time picking up a camera and taking a break from, even though I did the music and the scoring, just using my talent and using another talent, giving.
It's like refreshing to see another side of it, right?
Yes, man. It was so much fun to get the download. I was hanging out with my son and my godson, and they've been best friends since they were kids. So it was just like I got this download to do something. They need a you guys need a series, man. You guys need some, need to be on film. And so I just start shooting, man. I bought me a camera and some equipment, and we just started shooting, man. And before you know it, we had eight, 9 episodes for a series, and we put it out. Once I was finished editing, I taught myself how to edit. And
I was about to ask you, what did you go on YouTube and figure out some of these things on your own? That's what I did.
well, I just I like playing with stuff hands on. And I've always been a big movie buff, so I have a lot of ideas, but this was the first time that I actually put it to use. And yeah, I did learn some stuff off YouTube, but I got a couple good friends that are filmmakers that helped me a lot too.
So now you understand what you put all those videos directed through when you was doing your videos, right?
Exactly. Respecting lighting and all that stuff. Man. It's serious, man. I learned a lot doing it, man. I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned a lot. So it was worth
Man,
it.
I can't wait to check it out. And you also an author. These
Yes.
books, man. I was like, this guy's doing book. What's going on, man?
Let me show you.
Look at these, look at these images. It's crazy, man. Man, you about to scare some black folks, bro.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be scared of this, man. So I got Paul, the apostle that didn't know Christ, the apostle who never met Jesus, I should say. I got Enlil. These are the creator gods, and Inky, hidden god of Genesis.
Man,
I raise pigeons and compete with roller pigeons as a hobby. So I have my first pigeon book, and I have the Garden of Eden story. Nakash, that old serpent. This is
man, those images is crazy, man. The image alone make you want to check the book out.
yeah. Thank you, man. I'm not kidding around. I've been in right knowledge since 1994. I've done a lot of research and study, and I've learned a lot outside of what our tradition of teaching is from our parents and grandparents. So I have a Yeshua, they receiveth me not, story of Yeshua HaMashiach. You see, you know. So I I finally decided to get all of my manuscripts done and finished. So all of last year I was getting them finished and releasing them and just having them available. I haven't started promoting yet. I just wanted to make sure that they were in place and available once I did start promoting.
Man, so how does your family, sometimes stepping out like that, doing things like that, sometimes if you come from like a Christian household, they look at you like you crazy. Because I used to read some Dr. York books and stuff like that, man. My family be like, yo, you bugging.
Yeah, that's the master teacher, man. He changed my life. He changed my life. He's the reason that my mind opened up and I was able to go and get all of the knowledge that I got. Uh,
Wow.
Part of
That's
that Nawapian community that changed my life.
wow. Man, let me find out that the R&B guy, the cats, is more in tune to what's going on than the hip hop cats. It's
Oh,
crazy.
oh yeah, and it ain't no joke, man. It's for real. I do it for a living, man. I'm serious about it.
So how can somebody get hold to the books? Go on your website or whatever?
They're all on Amazon. I released everything initially on Amazon, so you can just look up my name, Stephen Russell Hart's, and you should be able to find all of the books under my name. Uh, and I have a songwriting book out as well called "Let's Write a Song" that I just released a few months ago, giving tips to songwriters, young songwriters, and telling my story about how I became a songwriter. So, I just thought it was time. I'm at the age now where I should be giving back information. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about. Just giving out information for those who are open to hear. Everything is not for everybody. Some of us will be locked into the slave tradition for the rest of our existence. Some of us will never open up and realize that there's more to this thing than what we were taught by our slave ancestors. So for those who are ready to get something new,
Well,
I,
I want to ask you a question. I just want to know how you feel. This is just your thoughts. You said you do a lot of studying. How do you feel about slavery that's in the Bible?
Well, I think it's all manipulation to keep the slave humble and to keep us looking at this particular pale skinned, blue eyed person as our master. You know, they even put the Christ in his image. You know what I mean? All of that's witchcraft. All of that's spell binding, man. We're worshiping the image of a natural enemy, and that's witchcraft on any race. If you go to any country, God looks like the people of that nation. We're the only people that worship somebody that looks like somebody that hates our guts.
Woo!
You know what I mean? So that's a mind, that I can't say the word, but that's a real mind. That's a disaster for black people, and it hasn't done us any good. You know, I can't say that being religious hasn't helped us have a certain nature that has benefited us in this world that we live in, kept us tame and kept us working and kept us, we do a lot of worshiping. We worship our boss, we worship quick. We worship our pastors, you know what I'm saying? So it's kept us in the mindset of God being outside of us. When Jesus says that, Yeshua HaMashiach says that the kingdom of heaven is within you, he didn't stutter, you know. But we've been taught that heaven is up above, and that we're outside of God and we got to please him. He's judging us when he's already imparted himself in you. He's
I
up.
used to I used to ask my mother if the slave owner is praying to God and the slave is praying to God, which God who's answering the prayer? Like what's going
That's
on?
a cool question. If my enemy is praying to the same God, if I'm praying to the same God as my enemy, who is God respecting? You know what I mean? And if to me, if we're praying to a God that looks like my enemy, that's his God.
Whoa.
That's not my God. That's just common sense. It's just common sense. How am I going to pray to the same God of the person who's enslaving me and hates me naturally like a cat hates a dog? See you on an elevator and turn red and you're just a normal person like they are. How can we be worshiping the same God and get to both get results? It's impossible.
Question. Some folks would say if the God that you serve looks like you, then why are you as a slave? Why would you be in that situation for 400 years if the God that you serve looks like you? Why would you? Is he helping you or what?
Well, the one thing about it, our people, the Bible says that you will, I give you this land as a possession. He told Abraham, he gave him the land of Canaan as a possession. But I put a curse of leprosy in this house. Now, the Bible has been changed. So now it probably says I put the curse of mold in that house. They changed it. And throughout the Bible, it gives you what this curse is. It gives you the nature of this curse. And it also says that the people that you run into, and it lists it lists several tribes and says that if you do not utterly destroy them, you will take on their detestable ways, turn against your God, and sin against your God. And we obviously have turned against our God, the God that we had, and started to worship and take on the ways. I mean, we are black, white people. We do as they do, porn, incest, rape. We do everything that they do. Murder, we do everything that these different people do, and we worship in their image.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So we have turned away from uh a certain Godhead, and this is why we've been locked down for 400-500 years now. This is why you get individuals that pop out and that are in alignment a certain way. And I'm not speaking religiously. Um, the knowledge of God and where he resides, we lost that.
Mm.
And we started to believe outside of what we believed before, and that has harmed us to this day.
Man, we even having Bible study today. Hey, let's I heard that you had like a medical scare or something like that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, I had enlarged I found out I had enlarged prostate in 2011, and I was, I don't like doctors. I don't trust them. So, I mean, I trust them for the diagnosis, but that's about it. I've seen a lot of damage being done, even though I've seen, simple things. I've seen certain things happen that was good, but for the most part, it didn't create a trust in me. So I neglected to take care of myself in that way. And the end of last year, my enlarged prostate turned into prostate cancer. So I dealt with prostate cancer for a few months, and by the time I started to deal with it, it was late stage 4. It was very, very.
Oh,
I waited really late, just ignorant. I didn't know what to do, so it almost cost me my life. But I still didn't do chemo. I didn't do the things that they wanted me to do, and I found out that cancer is parasitic, and it's not this monster that we think of the way they've scared us with it, like it's something that we don't know what it is. It's just cells multiplying and all that, and it's parasitic. And once I found out that it was parasitic, it was just like a light bulb came on, and like I told you, I have pigeons, and parasites, they'll kill your horses, your cows. The parasites will destroy everything if you don't kill them and deworm them. So I just decided to get horse dewormer and dog dewormer and deworm myself, so I dewormed myself for months, and I cleared up my prostate cancer. I cleared it up, saved my,
man.
saved my own life right here at home. I wish I had known that when my mom was sick, because I could have saved my mom's life. Because I've been giving the same medicine to my pigeons. I've been giving it to my pigeons for 25 years to keep them healthy. But at that time, they have a big giant horse on the box, so you just feel like it's different, but it's not. It's the best.
Right.
It's the best medicine for you, and people who have animals, we never let our animals go over a year, 6 months without deworming them, but yet we'll go 30 years and never deworm. And we wonder why we have dementia, arthritis, uh, diabetes. We have inflamed. Our gut is real big. We just have no idea how the parasites have taken over our existence. It's like demons. The demons that the church folks talked about is the parasites. And
I was
every
told pumpkin seeds could help with that. Is that true?
Yeah, but I mean that's on a very light level, man. If
Okay.
you got a rat infestation and you heard that apple seeds get the rats away, are you going to give them rat poison or apple seeds? You
Yeah.
know, you're going to go to the pet store and get you some one bite and you put it everywhere so that the rats get determined.
Oh,
There's a lot of natural herbal ways to get rid of parasites, but I mean, are we really trying to kill the parasites for real, or are we, not respecting that these are intelligent beings that
mm,
go have parasites for the brain, the lungs, the liver, the heart, the spleen, the colon, the stomach. You have parasites for your bones, for your skin,
man.
breaking out in psoriasis. You think it's just dry skin. Those are parasites in your skin, you know uh, you get dementia, schizophrenia. You have parasites in the brain. You have these demons in the brain that you have not addressed. The doctors, the for the medical industry, parasites is the plug, and you don't give up the plug.
Mm,
Mess up your money.
man.
You know,
You dropping something now. I'm gonna have to add to your repertoire, motivated speaker. We had to bring you around to the Virginia State College and let you do some motivation speaking, man.
that's my new career, motivational speaking, man.
Yeah.
Speaking, that's my next goal.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. What a wonderful conversation, insightful conversation today. I learned everything from Bible study to parasites to songwriting to
Hey man, it's a real world we live in, man, and our people perish from lack of knowledge.
boom.
You know, you have to be on purpose about what you know, and you have to watch out for what you believe.
Bam. I'm gonna end with that. Any last words you got for people in Soul Logistics Land, man?
Yeah, I would like to say to all of the fans out there, continue to support the music, support Troops Music. Troop has a new single, "Lady in My Life." Just continue to support us, and I would like to tell individuals who are dealing with depression or self lack or self doubt. Remember that when you're praying for something, you don't want to include hope into it. Hope is against prayer. Hope is opposite of what you want. You can't want something and hope that it happens, because remember, the universe is there's no lack in the universe of all that is. There is no lack in that. And so what we do a lot of times is we pray against ourselves and get in our own way, because we really have desires, but then we'll look at the job we have or look at our potential and say, but dang, how am I gonna do it? You know, how am I gonna pay this bill? What am I gonna do? All of those things separate you from the Godhead. And you got to remember that. You got to already know that the universe works is working out for the best on your behalf. It's already done, it's already worked out for you, but you have to get in alignment with that. If you're hoping that it works, you're taking the power away from the Godhead in your experience, not in somebody else's, but in your own. Man, I hope it worked, man. I'm trying. I'm trying. All that's doubt.
Right. I'm with you.
You
I'm
gotta
with you.
you gotta be on purpose in this thing, man. When Troop was trying to make it, we were five kids, man, and none of us had doubt. None of us was trying to make it. None of us was hoping that it did. No, we were getting busy.
Yeah, you gotta know it. You gotta know it.
It. The universe loves that when we're confident and we know for a fact that there is no lack. It doesn't matter if right now, because of my prior beliefs, I've created this experience where it seems like I'm broke and don't have a lot. But that's because of your own belief that you
But
said
but
what you
what is it about that you have to have blinders on because the community around you, that's what it is. Doubt. You think y'all gonna be able to do that? Nobody ever done that before. How you gonna do that, Doug? I mean, nobody. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
you're finished. If you fall into that, you're done. You're
Mm,
finished. You have to be one of those rare specimens that knows that God, that knows that the universe has already worked everything out for the best of your benefit. You have to know this. Once you know that, you operate in knowing. Whatever you do, you're gonna say, if even if you're working a job and you don't like the job, you're not gonna complain about the job. You're gonna appreciate and do the work, because you know that what your desires are being heard and that prayer is getting through, because you're
because
not.
that job is just in the journey of what's about. I already know what's about to happen, y'all. This is just part of the story. Make a
It's
good movie.
it's just you taking your step to give the Godhead the opportunity to take his three steps for you. It's not about the job. It's about you getting up, taking the step towards making a movement, putting an energy out there for yourself with the belief that your desires are being heard, with the knowledge that your desires are being heard and answered. You have to lock in with the Godhead. You cannot say that you're locked in with God, but you're full of doubt.
Mm,
You're hopeful. You can't be hopeful with a God that's already promised you that it's done. Get
man. Hey, do we gotta add preacher on later down the road? A motivated speaker, singer, songwriter,
I won't say
filmmaker.
preacher, but
Huh?
hey, I won't say preacher, but I'll say truth speaker. Yeah.
There you go. Hey man, last question. I gotta ask my guest. Last question. Steven is on the island by himself.
It's lonely, man.
It's lonely at the top. He only can have one artist body of work on that island with him. What artist would that be?
It would have to be more than one, man. Stevie Wonder, Prince, Michael Jackson,
Mm,
Ronald Isley, Marvin Gaye. These are the people who made me. Uh, the people who came and knew. They didn't believe. They knew. Stevie Wonder knows what he is. Prince knew what he was. Michael knew what he was. So I that those people would be on my island. Chucky Booker.
right.
People.
Hey, but what's the difference from if somebody knows who they are and when they walk in the room, people look at them as arrogant or cocky. When you know who I'm not thinking I'm better than anybody in this room, but I'm somebody when I walk in the room. So what do you think the difference is arrogant, cocky, and you walking in your purpose?
Well, what they never taught us what taught us about the ego. So what we call arrogance and self-centeredness is what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to know and believe that you're the best. You're supposed to walk in the room with your chest out and your head up, knowing that you the snaps. You're not supposed to walk in with your back humbled over. You're not
Right.
supposed to give your power away to those that don't even know who they are. The,
Uh,
the first thing in
boy,
becoming
that's good.
esoteric, man, is ridding yourself of what other people think of you and forgetting and ridding yourself of material things. You don't live off of material things, and what other people think about you matters none. You have to know that God is in you and existing this experience through you. You have to know that. And if you know that God is a part of your experience, then why not be as confident as possible? It's the ego hates your guts. Ego is going to remind you that you're not nothing, that you used to be fat, that you how are you going to do this when all
Right. You
people.
black.
That's ego.
Mm.
See, we think that somebody that's confident and self-centered is arrogant, and that's not arrogance. Arrogance is a person who is not all that and faking like he is. Now
Woo.
that's arrogance where
But
you
when you show and prove, boom.
God is showing himself through you. There's no mistake when God walks in the room, you know it. And if that intimidates you, you got work to do.
Steve, thank you, brother. You done dropped knowledge today, bro. I got to have you back for the fourth,
Oh,
fifth
come on, man.
time, bro.
Anytime, man. Anytime, man. I'm open anytime.
Hey, man, appreciate your peace.
I appreciate you. Much love, baby.